world. And
There's much
beautiful.
giggling here.
They're amazing.
Twitch.tv/D&D. Our players are very excited. Look at your shirt. Is that a cat and a dragon?
it's a cat
Several.
dragon. I thought we could use all the help we could get.
I will say that is luck. I will, because
Yeah.
your shirt is so amazing, you will get advantage on
What?
one thing
Really?
that you roll.
Wow.
So choose wisely.
Okay, can you tell me when to choose?
Teamwork. Great.
Amina, your hair is in your mic.
Oh,
no.
shoot. Not
It
used to
says
having-
in the player's handbook that sorcerers have golden eyes, and I have golden eyes.
In
So I'm really
real
happy.
life.
That's really cool. Even Storm Sorcerer.
There's no storm sorcerers in the book because they came out later.
Oh,
But
nice.
sorcerers have golden eyes.
Okay, so welcome to twitch.tv/D&D. I'm your Dungeon Master, Satine Phoenix, and this is my amazing cast of players for our game. This is episode number 10 of 12. Things are getting a little exciting. Oh, yeah. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves and tell everyone where they can find you?
Hi, I'm Erica Fermina, and I play Sharna, the Erakokra. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everywhere as A-Style Pixie. You can also find me Monday nights streaming Neverwinter from 8 to 10 p.m. on the Perfect World Twitch channel. And we will start streaming with Girls Guts Glory very soon on Sundays.
Yay!
Oh, I like that. I'm Kate Elliott. Hello, I'm filling in for Misty Dawn. I'm going to play Amina. I always go and do that for some reason. I've played her a couple times. She has different hair today, though, very similar to the actual drawing of her. Please follow me on Twitter @KatesTweets, and you can see all the things I'm doing. That's pretty much it.
I'm Kyle Vogt. You can catch me on Twitter @KyleVogt. You can also find me on Instagram @Kyle.Vogt and Facebook @KyleVogt.fanpage.
Hi. I just changed all of my handles yesterday. My business coach made me do it. So, the Kim Jackson, KYM, the KYM Jackson. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Apparently that's easier. And my name's Kim Jackson, and I'm playing Calithe de Vos, the Storm Sorcerer, with a slightly Russianish accent.
She do what she wants. She talk how she wants. She's a Storm
Yeah,
Sorceress.
kind of like Russian Spanish.
Everybody in Helrua
Whatever.
Russian Spanish.
I don't know.
Everybody in Helrua has a Welsh accent. She just puts on this one just to be different.
That's right.
This is how
She's
we
a bit of an
speak in
outcast
Hungary.
anyway. So, before we have the captain recap, because that's what captain
Recap
does.
The recap.
I want to give a huge thank you guys for watching. Totally appreciate it. We love doing what we're doing here, and just having you guys out there is really fun. Also, I watch all the chat rooms after this, so be nice. Actually, no.
Several
I don't
of
even
us
need
do
to say
that.
You guys are amazing, and it's really fun to watch you guys chatter while we're doing our thing. Also, thank you, Watsy, of course, for letting us play here. Thank you, Black Magic is our biggest sponsor, making us look amazeballs. Flowlight for making us look extra good with the lights. Sirenscape, you're amazing. These sweet, sweet sounds. Today, I found that if you can actually mix music. So I'm mixing jungle and I think orc battle or something. It's super exciting. Right
Ooh.
in here. And Wormwood, I love you.
Yeah.
I love it. We love what you make, and we love rolling on them. I am not. I think I left my my dice tower at GM Tipsy and Sundry.
It will not cause problems for us.
Yeah.
The Tower
Yeah.
of Doom.
It
goodness.
murders people. It murders good people.
I have a question for Rudy Rutenberg.
Rudy's
Rudy.
got his ears in.
Do we have a raffle today?
Maybe.
Okay. We will check our stock and see what's available.
I think we have some numbers to raffle off for a thing.
If I brought that. But let's
Raffles.
get to that.
There's a raffle happening. What is it?
Really?
Does it really matter?
I'm just gonna ruffle off my book.
Oh, you'll have to do that next week.
Exclamation mark, raffle.
No, you can still raffle
Just
it
do
off.
it. I mean, you never know. We might actually raffle off something. Maybe I'll raffle off one of my books. Maybe Kim will raffle off one of her books.
You guys
Maybe
can
they'll
have
write
a book.
books and then raffle them off. I don't know.
Take a
But-
copy of my book. You can have one.
That's right.
Just win the raffle.
yeah. And
I'm
exactly.
literate. I
exclamation mark, raffle. Also, if you love what we do here on twitch.tv/D&D, subscribe. Also, September is half off your subscription, so
September.
So subscribe to both twitch.tv/D&D and twitch.tv/MazerCon to show us how much you love us. Also, I think for every sub for Maze Arcana is a vote for Mylin to start doing
the announcements.
Doing announcement duty.
Yes.
So
She will be the announcement chair.
that's right. Because she's so good at it.
She does it so
I just
well.
don't want to do it.
You don't?
No, not at all.
See, I thought she should be the recapper too, but I was told no.
Oh no. No, you're kind of the balance. I like that.
Is that what it is?
Yes. So, shall we begin?
You ready?
Yes. Hello and welcome back, Swirl. What?
We back?
So, Capitan Darigues.
It's not important.
Capitan
Henry.
Darigues, would you please tell us? Tell us all the things while I do.
So, at the beginning of the last episode, we were staring down into this big lava pit where these people were strung up on the walls, and there was a grung who had had his heart just replaced by a gem. And this group came in and killed all the people and ran away with the grung that had the gem in the heart that we wanted, and we slipped down there and ended up having to get into a fight with this guy who was taking down dead bodies, and got rid of him and found poor Vartak's chest gaping open with grung eggs in it and some bad things. So we did what we
Glossing
could,
over that, are we?
And then we threw him in the
we put
lava.
him into the lava to clean it all up. We did notice that the group that was running around down there and killing everyone was Johann Wilder and his sister, who is
And why would Captain
Reef
know
Ambrose.
that?
Because the person we threw into the lava was constantly talking about it and showed us the books with his picture on it. Johann Wilder's picture was on the back in the author cover and every book, so we could tell who he was. Recognize him from a distance, recognize his sister from the hat that she always wears in the books that we hear about all the time. So since we found out Vartak was not rescuable, in depression we decided to go after the guys who killed him. We were running after the main priest. Got jumped in the hallway, took those guys out really quickly, ran up, and as we got outside, the mounts were not there. For some reason, they were not controlled properly.
I
So
believe the post they were tied to was broken.
I believe they ran. Yeah.
Because the post they were tied
Or
to
because there was a big battle out there, because when we got out, there was huge scattering of dead bodies and blood all over the path, which tends to happen when you follow adventurers. So we ran off to try to find our missing mounts. And unfortunately, they were too far away.
Which were the ones that were missing? Was it Satine and...
Satine was missing.
She's a wily one.
You can never keep an eye on Satine. And so after that, we circled back, started following the tracks when a huge storm started and completely deluged the area. We had to take cover so we didn't get washed away or lost or even hurt in all the things getting washed down Unfortunately, even though we rested, we lost the tracks. Luckily, we had a magic spyglass in order to follow the gems, so we were on our way, forging our way through the forest when we finally came to this boiling, ash-covered, gross lake near the volcanoes. And that's where we had to take a break because we didn't want to go running into trouble at the end of the episode. So,
That's a really good way to put that.
that's where we are. We're at the lake of
Caught up.
boiling water? Or is it actually, yeah, I guess it was water. Boiling water and ash. Mud. Disgusting.
And we do have 2 of our mounts with us. Samson's stuck around.
And
Courage.
And Courage.
Courage and Samson.
So, the 3 of you have been traveling for a really long time. You're new. What is all of this? Like, how do you see all this crazy running around? Like, how do you feel about it all?
It's really overwhelming because I understood their worry of their friend because I had the same worry when Baraka went missing. So I was very fueled by that to help them out, and it was just a lot, because a lot of things were just coming at us constantly. And they have 2 cats with them.
We do have 2 tabaxi with us.
What is that? How do you feel about these? You did have a moment with them.
Nervous.
You did
I mean,
hug
at
them.
first I was really nervous.
When they were
But
crying,
they're
we went and
they're
hugged
just
them. When they were lost.
sad little babies.
Poor pathetic sad babies.
I'm like, you won't hurt me. You're too small.
Awesome. So, you still want to help them out on their quest for whatever it is that they are doing that nobody's really explained to you
Yeah.
what they're doing.
But I trust them
Nice.
for some reason.
So, you
Because
guys.
we saved your life, mate.
That's true.
It's true.
Jinx. So, you guys come up to this massive lake. You come out through the trees, and it looks it looks huge. You look down in the sand that goes up to this lake. It's actually quite a distance between the tree line and the lake itself. But when you look down, it doesn't seem like normal sand that you've experienced before. It kind of looks like bones and like jagged. It just looks really, there's a lot of dead. There's a whole lot of dead down there. But you have this lake in front of you, and it kind of curves around, and you have this beautiful vista of really hot, like the lake is so hot that it kind of stings your eyes a little bit.
Okay.
You seem to be, knowing where you've been, where you came from, it seems like you're like on the south of it, like the southeast tip.
Since we were following the light, do we see any tracks in all this dust and ash and stuff?
Roll perception.
I will mention it to Sharna. Sharna, did you find any evidence of this group that we're following?
Yes. 21.
Yeah. You fly up a bit, and you kind of take a look, and you see like a little campsite down the way. But it's a bit down, but you can see it from your vantage point.
All right. So I'll just come back. I'll fly back down. So there's a camp. Where is it?
It's if you go, so you're at the southern tip. If you go kind of southwest, it's down that way.
So I can see a camp southwest of here.
Is there a safe path to this camp from where we are?
It doesn't really look like a path. It's just tree line and that big sandy beach.
It's a little hard to see a direct path because of all of the canopies, but we could either go through the trees or go along the beach, if you could call it that.
Captain, I think this tree line may be the wisest place to stay under cover.
Well, You have to be a captain someday. I guess you can make this one. I guess we'll follow the tree line.
Awesome. So who's leading?
I'll lead.
Okay, roll survival.
Oh, natural
Nice.
20, so 25.
You move a bit. It's about, I feel like it's about an hour's walk to get to where you were looking at. You start along the tree line, and then you see some movement, and you back off, not really knowing what it is. You make your way around it, let it pass. You do this really awesome navigating. You're impressed. It's very cool what she's doing.
Very impressed.
Thank you.
So you make your way, and after about an hour, do you remember what time of day I said it was?
No.
Fantastic. It is 2.
Okay.
It is 2 p.m.
Okay.
It's 3 p.m. It'll be 3 p.m.
Okay.
Ding! It is now 3 p.m. So you make your way through, and you slow them down. The tabaxi are kind of like glaring at you, because now that they're all done crying, they're like back in their catness, and they're just like, I'm the guy, and I know how to do it. And they're just kind of huffing behind you. You hear them whispering behind you. You guys come up, and you see this campsite. And there's all these tents, and it looks really odd. You're pretty far away. You'd have to get closer if you want to see why it looks odd. I'll say you're 100 feet away.
I'm going to try and stealth to see if I can see anything closer. 17.
Okay. So you're moving forward. You take your time. Do you tell them that? Do you tell them anything?
I'm gonna go take a closer look. Hopefully I don't get caught.
The tabaxi are sneaking behind you. They want to do it too because.
Be kind to Baxi.
So River's like, I can do it too. Stomp, 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 stomp. And she's like that. And then through the trees to the side, you see Flask disappear. But River is just like, I can search too.
Is she stomping
Which eye?
behind me, or is she just?
She's stomping behind you.
I'm gonna turn around and shoot her a bird eye look.
Roll intimidation.
15.
She goes, what? Shh. Oh. I'm gonna go sit down, like, 'cause something's stuck on my. And she picks up her paw, and she's got this big, like one of those big banana leaves just like flopping on her foot. And then she just kind of like flops back to where you guys are waiting. And she like puts her foot up and goes, Amina, help.
Grab it, pull it off, and I give it back to her so she can destroy it if she wants to.
Turns around. So you wander off. You have an idea that Flask is in the foliage near you, but he's making no noise at all. I rolled so high on that one. And you come around, and you've got your eye on the camp, and it looks like there's some dead bodies around the camp. Actually, there's a lot of dead bodies around the camp, and they're small. There's blood on the tents. You're about, we'll say you were about 50 feet away.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the group. So, as far as I can see, no one is alive at the camp.
How did they die?
There's you saw 15 bodies.
Could I tell how they died? I couldn't really tell. I just saw a lot of blood and a lot of bodies.
Did it look recent?
Did it look recent?
You weren't close enough to find.
What kind of creatures are these bodies?
Could I tell what they were? Just knew they were small.
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't tell, but they weren't very large creatures.
Do you think if something killed them, that might still be nearby? Did you feel there was a predator or danger in the area?
Besides the group
Didn't
that
I?
we're following to kill everybody.
If you want to ask me how you would use a skill to find that out?
I mean, because jungle is my favorite terrain, it says I remain alert to danger.
Well, there's a bunch of dead things, and there's blood.
So, but I couldn't like.
I will say because you didn't investigate, you don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell.
Should we keep going forward or go around this?
We should at least check if there is anything there that might give us a clue.
I mean, I'm not afraid. I'll go up there.
Or there could
All
be
right.
supplies.
Captain says, let's go, let's go. Good job, Captain.
So, what is your formation?
I'll go in front with my sword, magical sword.
Rapier.
I'll probably also
You're literally the last person
be
to call it a
in
sword.
front with
So,
my
like 2 and 2.
It is a rapier, but you call it
Short
a sword.
swords. Next to
Just
each
speaking
other?
your language,
Yeah.
Captain.
Okay.
Actually, not just moving. I got my longbow.
Okay. You guys just gonna walk behind them? I'll have you behind Amina.
Okay.
So you move forward very slowly. Everybody roll stealth.
24.
Dirty 20.
Nice. You roll real high on that.
I like this one.
10.
Okay. You guys are moving, going. You trip up on a stick, and then River falls on top of you. Meow, hey! Pushes you forward a little bit. You don't see that anything was affected by that. You guys continue forward, and as you were coming up to this, to the tree line, so the campground is like out here, and then the tree line is like right here. We'll say it's right there, and the campground's right there. You see this thing in this armor. It's like and the skin of it is bright orange red. It's like fiery red, and it's riding on kind of something like your mounts, like that velociraptor type thing, but it looks odd, more bird-like, and it kind of comes clunking out. And it comes up to the campground, and followed by these other little things. You roll history.
6.
You don't know what it is. You've never really been to this part. You've only heard of this lake area. So they come running out.
And they look
Like ninjas, apparently.
They look like this guy.
sort of lizardy.
Kind of lizardy, kind of slimy, kind of long, orangey, like exactly like that little guy. And they come out and they're rummaging through the pockets of these little things. And roll perception, everybody.
Nat 20.
Yeah, keep that dice. That is your perfect dice.
It's doing very well for me today.
So I was walking loudly and I see nothing. I just rolled 6 both times.
Oh, nice.
18.
10.
So you definitely, the two of you see, they pick up, and it looks like one of those Batiri goblins. And they're going through, and this little guy grabs one of the Batiri and then drags him over and like kicks him at this guy. And this little mount, but this giant mount, just starts eating it. They're walking all over the place, footprints everywhere.
Does anyone see anything?
What do you guys see?
What do you see?
Those lizard-looking things are pillaging the bodies. One of them just fed one of them to the big mount.
The bodies are Batiri.
The goblins with the funny masks.
What should we do, Captain?
What kind of a tent is it? Does it look like a Batiri tent? Like made of
It looks mismatched. It actually doesn't look like a complete tent. It looks like pieces of tents. Other pieces of fabric are on it. If you're sitting there like looking and trying to stare at it.
I was looking at it to see, was it like leaves and hides and things, or was it like a nice tent? Or
some hides, it's like quilted, right? So if there's patchwork. So it's pieces of it, but some that you recognize from port, some tents, some fabrics.
Sure.
You were thinking of killing an entire group of people so we can get a new tent?
No, they're already dead.
Then you guys, are we
Oh,
waiting
those
for the
guys.
lizard guys? We have to, or you want to wait for them to leave and take the tent?
We might want to wait for them to leave unless they decide to take the tent.
I mean, if they're eating the little dead Batiri, we probably don't want them to come and eat us later.
Are we going to stay here?
I mean, we could kill them now while we're away from the other bad guys.
Sure, if you want. Is that what you want to do?
I'm just putting our options out there.
Make a call. What do you want to do?
Captain, I must defer to you. This is a big decision.
Amina, what are you doing?
I'm wondering why the captain's forcing his companion to mutiny. Why are we following Kalite?
How
We
many?
follow the captain.
How many?
This is our training.
He's training me.
So you,
Should be training me, right?
How many bad
Amina, you say this to River. You just turn and you see them, and you see them like talking back and forth, and you kind of slide back a little bit, and you're like, why is he doing this? This is not like him. If anything, he's supposed to do this with me.
Kalite kind of likes it when the captain teaches us stuff. She wasn't expecting that since she's into chicks.
And River is like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know what you guys like. I don't know what you guys are doing. And as they're talking, and you're just like, what is...
I have no idea what's going on.
It's weird political system.
Humans are so where's
strange.
my other one? I need one more of these guys.
How many?
These are die.
How many creatures are there?
4 right now.
We could just take them out.
Okay, got it.
Like,
We're discussing this.
so
When
as they're
3
doing
more show
that,
up.
these 3,
There we go.
I don't even, where are their minis? I have no minis. No,
We're
our
showing
minis.
up.
There are minis?
Characters. Well, there's
Sorry.
Eric Cochran right there. I'm sorry,
I
Eric
do. I
Cochran.
have an Eric Cocker.
There's a bag
Eric
of mini.
Cochran.
Kokra. Okay. So, you guys are here at the tree
Ignore
line.
the man on the ground.
They can't see him.
Ignore the Rudy crawling about.
Ground man.
Thank you. You can just walk at this point, like, it's just too funny. Oh, because he's not wearing.
He's not suited up.
So, these guys behind you, they walk up to River and Amina, and they start poking at you with their
Spears.
with their scimitars.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
I'm going to use my sword and flick the scimitar out of his hand.
and then all of these guys turn around.
No!
Well, I suppose that saves us deciding, huh?
Yeah.
And
It's
this
better
guy
this
kind of
way. We
hides
take
back
them
here.
out before we have
And
to.
he says this thing, and it sounds like sounds like fire. It's like the language is hot and deep, and the way his words are coming out feels strange. You have no idea how he's making these noises.
I'm
But
assuming it would be somewhat Ignatius.
are you metagaming?
Yes, totally.
You have no idea, and you certainly now have no idea. So everyone roll initiative. Oh, there they are. Look how cute. I got the Aarakocra. Do you have any tabaxi?
If I roll a 10 on every single roll today,
Okay.
I'm gonna be
Oh
really
no.
You'll be doing average.
Wait, which one's Amina? Is that Amina? Okay. I thought I touched Vartak. I was very sad.
I really thought he was going to come back as a zombie.
Well, you kind of ruined that.
Valid point.
Did it for a reason.
Okay, so what is your initiative, my friends?
13.
17.
22.
10.
Do you have an initial?
Okay. Let's get some. Let's get rid of this moody music. What is this? There's danger happening.
I hear that in the music.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right. Danger. So, those two are poking at you, and
You go for a 22? Wow. They fast.
you're facing the other way. So this is the first. This is what I'm doing. They're poking at you, and they just once you knock their swords out of away, they go to attack you. And what is your
16.
Oh yeah, totally hits. So they kind of slash at you for 8 damage, both of them. And Flask and River, they are like, ugh, and they just get this kind of like when a kid's afraid of spiders, and they're just like, ah, that panic, and they just run up here. Also, I don't have minis for now, so.
Oh, you need minis for Flask and River?
Yeah, do you have River
This
and
one?
Flask minis? Oh, good.
Oh, cute.
Well, they run up, and then it's Kyle's turn. Thank you.
So as they're slashing at me, I shout, Captain!
Which one did you get, the hunter or the...
Good.
Thank you.
I want this.
Oh, cool.
I've got babies in it.
This music is not the battle that I'm looking for. What are you doing?
I take my action and I say, let's see, don't let them get you. We will be able to take these enemies out, no problem. And I use my action to give everyone temporary hit points.
Oh, cool.
Well
How
done.
many?
For 10 total temporary hit points.
For each or split?
Everybody.
Ooh, nice.
Each person gets 10
Each
How long does
person
that
gets
last?
10?
for this entire combat. Each person gets 10 more hit points.
Nice.
Nice.
Thanks, Captain.
And then I see what's nearby.
I have no idea what's happening in here. Continue.
Is there any cover around here, or is it all pretty much open?
So it's pretty open over here. There's some a cluster of trees here, a cluster of trees over here. They're coming up to the Arcana.
Okay. I'm going to move to cover behind the bush.
Which one?
Me.
Where are you going?
Sorry. The back bush.
Okay, boom, boom, boom.
And then use my stealth once I get cover to
Okay.
disappear.
Go for it. Hit me.
For 25 to hide.
Yeah, you're covered.
And pull out my short bow.
All right. What the? Okay, I'm sorry. Fuck. I had this one and now I don't have it. Give me 1 second,
Give me
guys.
a second.
Don't forget your +1.
Battle music.
My
Just
plus one.
plain old battle music.
No, she gets advantage on one choice.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I won't need it.
Sorry, guys.
Probably.
Everything.
That's a good call.
Oh, it's
I
all
forgot
upside down.
about
That's why. Everything just started
I'm just going to
going nuts.
smash everyone with lightning bolts all day.
Please do. I like it when you do that.
It makes me happy.
It makes me happy too.
It brings me so much joy
Give me some
to
battle.
destroy entire groups of creatures.
So you see where you are?
Where am
Can,
I?
can you see where you are?
No, where am I?
Satine will have to show you.
You are right here.
Are any good guys near me?
Yes. Sharna's right in
Let's
front
Hey,
of you.
this
Sharna.
works.
Get out of the way.
There we go.
Oh,
All right. So, 17. Amina, you are next.
Yes. So I have two of them in front of me, right? Can I hit both of them at the same time with one swing of the sword?
Unless you have that,
Yeah,
then
no,
no.
I don't think so. Okay.
Good thought.
The one that was directly in front of me, the first sword I knocked out, I'm just going to stab him through the chest.
Do that.
All right, let's do that, please. Which one's going to hit? Please hit. Hey, okay, 25.
Nice. Totally hits.
Great.
So are you
And
hitting with your
please.
rapier?
I'm hitting with my rapier.
Very good.
Nope. Nope.
I can do it, man.
Yep.
What's the damage?
Plus 3.
Man.
5.
Okay, 5 damage. Is there anything else you would like to do? There's like people screaming. in
I can
here.
do. Can I do the rallying cry? It's a bonus action.
Does it
that
say it's a
permitted?
bonus action?
Bonus action.
Then
Second
yes.
wind, rallying cry, and that would that give everyone else a bonus to their attack?
I don't know what it is, so
It just says plus rallying cry.
So your rallying cry is your second wind, which means you get hit points back,
Ooh.
which means
Great,
you'll get
okay.
some damage, and everyone else gets hit points because you get to give them hit points,
In that
but they're
case,
temporary hit points.
I will hold off because you've already done that. So I'll hold off in case we need it. So no, that'll be it.
awesome.
You do get 2 attacks around.
I do.
Yes.
That's important. I'm not going to memorize your stuff, so.
Where does it say that? Oh, 2 attacks per action. So basically, I can stab twice. I'm gonna stab twice.
Do
So
that.
all right, I'm gonna see if I can hit the second time.
Okay, as a
21.
dungeon master, I feel like I am now here. All right.
Yay.
21.
21 to hit totally hits, man.
To hit.
Yeah.
Ooh. That's 11 damage on top of the 5 I already did. So 16
very good.
total.
Okay. Awesome.
Nice.
You poke at it, and then poke at it again, and it looks at you, and it's just like, and takes his tongue, and just kind of. All right.
Not dead.
And then it is your turn, Arakokra.
All right. I'm in your way, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take a
Run away, run away, run away.
action. Have any of these guys attacked us yet?
Not yet.
Okay, then I'm gonna turn and face these little guys.
Okay, you can also fly, so.
I'll fly over and attack.
Woo-doo! Where would you like to land? So 5, 10,
Just
15.
right there is fine.
Okay.
And then I will attack with my short sword after I cast Hunter's Mark on the one. Has that one been hit yet?
This one has not. This one has. This one has not.
Okay, I'm gonna go for the one that's already been hit.
This little guy right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
With a 25 to hit
Yeah.
on the first one, and then 25 to hit on the second one.
Nice.
And
So
so
he's dead.
No matter what.
I'm gonna roll my damage anyway, just for fun. So 2 of these.
And then you can tell me how dead.
Okay, so 9, 12, 14 points of damage. So I fly, I backflip over them, I land, I unsheath my short sword, and then I stab it in the back, lift it up, and then slice off its head with my other sword.
Yes,
Whoa.
and he is that dead. So
Oh, the
Try to shake it
dead.
off my sword.
That's amazing.
That was
go
great.
ahead and roll intimidation just for me.
Okay.
The body slides off the blade like
Oh. 9.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. This guy goes down. He squishes. This one turns to you. The other one still faces Amina. Storm Sorceress. I'm sorry, is there anything else you want to do? Do you have any bonus actions? Or did you
I
jump the gun?
used my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to. I'm gonna aim for the big scary guy, but I'd like to try to line up the
This
big
guy
one
or
on the
this?
raptor.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want to kill the raptor. Oh, but he just ate like dead bodies. That was creepy. So I'll aim for the bad guy.
This
I want to
is
like
the
try to line up so I can get a little guy in the process, or 2 if possible. But I don't know if that's gonna.
I'll say you can do that if you move here.
Yeah.
What's the
It's
distance? Like 100
it's
feet or
100
something?
feet long, but it's only
it's really long.
5 feet wide.
So you'll be able to get this guy and these 2.
The raptor being one of the two?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
3. So I guess that's 3. 2 and 1.
Deal.
That
So
just is like a unit. So.
awesome. So I'll move over and line that up, and then it's a deck saving throw at a 14, and I hit for 30.
Okay. Okay. So 40 damage.
30.
30. Okay, so I want you to tell me how this one goes. That goes. These two, you see like the tendrils of the lightning, and it reaches them, but it doesn't quite go all the way through. It kind of hits them and brushes up against them. They don't seem to have taken the full damage. Why don't you tell me how that guy went? Because it could be kind of cool.
Well, because it's the start of the battle, no one's killed anyone yet. I just felt like playing, so I curled the lightning in like a twisty, windy pattern, almost like it was seducing him as it approached him, and then it went in through all of his ear, his nostrils, all of his little bits, and then actually exploded out through his belly button, and his body curled out, but in a cooking way. So it was almost as though he'd been like filleted, and then he exploded into a trillion pieces.
Wow. And that's
and floated
why I'm
away.
Not describing these anymore. Because you guys are pretty brutal.
It was like fireworks, though.
Cool. This guy barks orders. Would you like to do anything else before I move on?
Oh, yes. I would love to move as far away from that guy as humanly possible.
Towards the captain?
Back towards the captain. Thanks.
All right.
Oh, wait. Is anyone out there exposed?
These guys they're fighting these little...
But they're all together.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go by the captain.
Okay. So, this guy yells at them. The steed-ish thing kind of reels up and then stomps on the ground, making this like rhythmic like battle stomp. And these guys look back at him and they're like, ah! And they charge Amina.
Oh.
And they both attack. Oh, where's my music? Ooh, this one's called Epic Music.
Epic music.
Man, I'm rolling high
What
today.
should I play to beat you
That's
in?
not good.
So that hits Amina twice for this little guy. Blom. I'm sorry, my friend. For 8 damage.
Ugh.
And then the guy next to him, the other one kind of jumped up at you, even though you're small. Never mind. You're like the same level as them. And the other guy goes, yeah, and he goes down towards your leg. Ah, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The first one misses. The other one sticks into your leg before he pulls it out and hits you for 4 damage. This one, and you're still flying in the air?
No, I landed.
Okay.
Because they're small, right?
Yeah, they're small.
Yeah.
So you land, this one lunges at you and just tries to like cut at your ankles. Because actually you're not that big. I don't know why I think you're much bigger than you are.
Because sometimes they are.
He goes and he actually slashes the left side of your leg and hits you for 7 damage. Actually, 5 damage. And this other little guy, seeing his friends jump at Amina, he's feeling a little more confident. He's like, and it's like one-trick ponies. And he hits 12 damage. I've been rolling high.
You're rolling a lot of
I
death dice
know.
here.
And then it's the cats stay back. They're just like, they don't want to get hurt. Kyle, top of the round.
From stealth, I'm going to shoot one of the ones that's attacking Amina. How?
You can see this one and this one.
Okay.
The tall orange one and the small.
Okay. The nearest one then.
All right. Shoot at it.
Got a natural 20.
Of course.
So advantage gets me 2 natural 20s.
Are you serious? Okay. Okay,
I
fine.
was doing it for fun.
How about, oh, you didn't have advantage?
I did.
Oh,
But
okay.
I mean, I got 20 on the
So
first hit.
here's the thing. You rolled 2 20s in a row. And I'm feeling generous for now. Because reasons. So the next time you don't have advantage,
Yeah.
you get advantage.
Okay.
But you remember because I'm going to forget.
I will.
Okay.
For 26 points of damage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
And
How does that look?
I literally like slip out from the foliage and fire an arrow as it like swings and hits Amina and goes, yeah! And the arrow goes right in its mouth and just and then I rolled a 25 to stealth again and disappear back into the woods.
And that is what happens. He goes, does his damage. You see this happen. I don't know how you feel about that. He goes off, and then it is Amina's turn.
And the orange guy's gone.
Amina watched that whole thing in slow motion. She was getting attacked, she was getting hurt, like, oh, it's getting terrible. And then all of a sudden the captain appears, she's like, and then he shoots that guy and he dies. And she looks back up and he disappears and she's just like,
Her ratty ass wig flopping in the wind, slow motion style.
I think I have something for that.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You did not.
Yes. Yes, she does.
Oh my God, what did you do? Oh no, it is terrible. Oh my God.
Captain! You're amazing, Captain! Incredible! So I'm going to turn to the last one standing there and then stab him twice, but just once first.
Oh, there's
Oh, I like that.
2 on you, right?
There is one
Didn't you
here.
just
You
get
got
one
one
of
of them.
There's,
Yeah,
there's one of the lizard things and there's one of the gobbly things.
You got 2 of them next to you.
Oh, okay.
And they all look like this. I just don't have all the minis.
Great, I will turn to the one on my right then. I feel
Okay.
like this one just exploded.
So instead
Do I
of
look
making
fabulous?
2 attacks, you're actually going to kind of.
Oh,
that?
I'm
Stab
going to
and
do one. I can do 2, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I have to roll once at a time.
If you get
You
the
have
one
to
on
roll
your,
both.
if you get the one on your left, I can probably get that guy on your right.
Oh,
You get
okay.
what you want to
You're
get.
2-1.
In that case, I hear that. Swap hands, go for the one on the left. 16 on the first one. Oh, did you see
Beautiful.
that?
That was very
Beautiful.
quick
And then
dodge there.
23 on the
really
second.
Totally hits.
Excellent. So first one does.
Wrong die.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
+3. First one does 10 damage. Second one does 6 damage.
Nice.
Beautiful. He doesn't fall. He stands up. Do you have my books? My players?
And it slips away.
It dies.
It does not die.
No, the
my hair
wig,
died.
Wig.
fell off.
We need a clamp or something at the break. We'll get you a
Oh,
clamp.
it's okay.
Oh, my.
Player's
I
handbook?
should have a separate one.
Oh, do you need it?
What do you need?
Yeah, I need a player's handbook.
That's
If you're
The
not
Dungeon
I lost my
Master's
soul.
Guide or a
Handbook.
Player's Handbook?
The other book.
I
Oh,
should
I actually
I have all the
one
books.
file. Wait, I have one
The
right here.
Library
Thank you,
of
never mind.
Calife.
Sorry.
As
Fine.
long as you have it.
Jeez. Do you need it?
It's on the D&D Beyond app on your phone.
Yeah, you know what? I actually realized that it looks really bad if I'm doing this. And that this actually
Wait,
looks
let's see
That
your
looks
phone
more
case for a
studious?
second.
as a handle. I have a handle on my phone case.
And it has a chain and glitter
And
and
it's shiny.
it's ridiculous.
Thank you.
The only
Well,
thing
you know
it's
when you're
missing.
at parties and you're just like, look.
Glitter ball.
Where's
Look,
your
I
sand
just found a
touch? Give me your number.
If only you could get a TARDIS phone case.
I think you can.
Where were we before we were giggled?
You were
I
looking at
did-
something after she stabbed him for 16 points.
And it
It was,
works.
yeah, it was a lot.
Good for you. You did a hit. I'm very happy
You're
for
stabbing.
you. Arakokra.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
So there are 2 little guys in front of me? Or...
So you have this. So this one
That's the
is
one that stabbed
attacking
me,
at
right?
you. This one is 10 feet away from you.
Okay, I'm going to move Hunter's Mark to the one that just hit me. And I'm going to stab him my short sword does a 15 hit.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna hit him once.
Ooh, I lied to you. No, it doesn't.
Oh no!
I know.
Doesn't.
Doesn't hit.
18 hits. though?
Totally.
Okay, so good enough. And he has full HP.
Yeah, that one has not been.
Okay, so 8 points of damage.
He
Just gonna-
is angry. Do you do anything else?
No.
So you're just like, grrr. And then Storm Sorceress.
I feel lazy just doing all these lightning bolts.
Do it.
I kind of. How close is Amina to the dude next to her? See that? See how there's one guy standing next
This
to the.
guy?
Yeah,
That's 5 feet away.
5 feet away.
Yeah,
like
he's
right next to her.
adjacent.
So I can hit like near, but not at.
If you do that, you can actually hit all the way.
Well, yeah, that's my goal is obviously guy with the really pretty raptor, by the way.
I know,
That's
right?
the nicest color ever.
Oh, shiny.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'll
So you do the thing, and
I
he
do
has
the
to make the
thing.
14, and he does. But what's the damage?
14.
30 again.
All right. He looks at you, and the dinosaur, the whatever
Mount.
that is just his mount starts stomping, and then he lets out this like scream and then ducks down, and the creature on him looks a lot like this guy, but in these like this armor with these like robes, and he points his finger at you,
At me?
and you're surrounded with flames.
I mean, not like that many flames. I'm like near you, not next to you.
No, I know.
I wouldn't flame you. You're stealthing.
I am
And you
stealthy.
take 12 damage being surrounded by this fire. It's drying you out, and the flames are licking your
But I
skin.
like flames. When they're lightning flames.
Make a dexterity saving throw. What did I say? 12 damage?
Yeah.
12 damage. As you are, your hair is getting singed. Your beautiful Storm Sorceress curly hair is a little bit shorter because it's getting singed by these hellish fires.
I got a 10.
No, totally failed. So now it's their turn. So these two are going to kind of just point. They're rush pointing their swords at Amina. How you doing,
So
Amina?
that little one survived the 30
it
points
hurts.
of damage?
Oh, this one did not. No, he melted.
Oh,
this
he's
one,
so dead.
He's actually
I was going to say, he's got a lot of hit points for a little one.
no. That one's dead. I forgot about. I was so
You were.
entranced by the other
You
thing.
were flaming.
So this guy, he sees all of his friends around, and he starts running.
He runs.
You can make an attack.
On the guy running, I will throw an axe in the back of his head.
You can stab him as he runs.
Oh, it has to be melee.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then I will do that.
Take a stab at the guy.
Oh, I thought that was something different. Okay. 13. That misses, doesn't it? 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He
miss.
starts running. This guy is not really sure what's happening. He sees all his friends, but he's and he goes to slash at you again, and that's a natural 20.
Oh no.
For 12 damage.
Was this was your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he is going to run away. Right towards his friend, so you can make an attack on him
Okay,
as well.
I'm gonna try. With a natural 20.
What?
Nice.
And
Spun on that too.
is Hunter's Mark damage doubled as well, or is it just weapon damage that's doubled?
Kyle?
Just weapon.
Okay.
is hurt. So you do get
And he is
58.
hurt. So
Oh,
I
yeah,
roll all
D8.
of them at the same time. 7, 10, 15, 18 points of damage.
Yeah, he's dead. So he's running away, and you slash at him, and he stumbles forward and falls as his friend is running, grabbing at his friend's ankles in his throes of death. And it is now... so Flask sees all this happening and goes up, and he just like... and he goes to attack him. But totally misses as the little thing is running away.
Oh no.
River is up and doesn't want to die. She's had her fill. And so this guy, he moves forward. Stomps on his buddies. Stop. Looks over at the two of you.
Can he see?
And
Can he see?
you can see him. He can see you. He cannot see,
No, he's
Kyle.
Stealthy.
but he sees you, Kalithe. And then, sorry, I don't have these things memorized, and I don't have my cards.
And then he's entranced by your beauty.
Yes. This is my new boyfriend.
Sounds exciting. And of course, I can't find the spell that I want. The music. Wow.
We're going to know what it is
where's-
as soon as you cast it.
There he is. Okay. Okay. So these 3 rays just shoot from his hands, and he's got that sound coming out of his mouth again. His mountain has lowered its head, staring at you, knowing what is about to happen. And he raises his hands, and the 3 rays come at you. And
Am I allowed to fight back?
You might get a save. Or you might roll the hit.
Nissa rolled a hit. What is your AC?
13.
And that is gonna hit for
Rolo.
8 fire damage.
I do not like this guy.
Would you say she was scorched by that?
You could say she was scorched a
Yeah.
bit.
I would say.
What? I'm confused.
He's got his eyes focused on you, and he has this like ha 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 ha. That is happening. Kyle, it's your turn.
I'm going to slip out of cover and shoot at the guy who just cast Scorching Rays.
Do it.
Do it.
It's great.
That's fun.
It's great.
It's called Epic Music. Sirenscape.
Got a dirty 20 to hit him.
Totally hits.
For 15 points.
Okay.
And then stealth again.
And then you go to stealth. All right.
And then stealth.
So your arrow at the guy. He takes a hit, and you just see like as it hits, just blood kind of squirts out. It's now soaking down his cloak. And then it is Amina.
All right. I still have
You have nothing. Everybody's
nothing
dead.
in front of me.
There's this one guy running up away from the tabaxi, and this other hooded magic user.
How far away is the nearest little guy?
This one? 25.
I can definitely hit him. I can throw my hand axe 20 to 60 feet.
All right, try it.
So I'm going to throw my hand axe at his head.
You may want to take a 5-foot step so you don't get disadvantage when you attack this one. It's because it's outside your basic range of 20.
Oh, this is new information.
What's her range of attack?
This is 20.
20, 60.
Oh.
Anything beyond your base attack 20
So
is
you move
disadvantage.
forward 5.
Appreciate that. Learning new things every day. So, okay, I move forward. Would you like me to re-roll that or keep what I just rolled?
Keep what you rolled.
Okay, so that was a, I think, did I roll a 6?
I have no idea what you rolled.
I think it was a 6, so it's 12 to hit, and I think I miss.
You are now missing an axe.
Great. Yep.
But you have 2?
I
Or is
do have 2. You know what? I'm throwing them the same direction. I'm gonna have to get the other one anyway. Why not? I'll throw the other one.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get it back anyway.
But
Okay,
does
so
he make it?
that is 18.
Totally hit.
Awesome. Please, can you pick one of these for me? One of these is good.
Just one of the 6s.
That one.
Yeah. All right.
Yes.
Oh, 9! 9 damage.
Very cool.
Next damage.
Nicely done. You picked the perfect one. That was great.
Okay. And that guy is, he's going down. Okay.
Can I
That
say I'm
guy,
gonna stop making my way over?
you can.
Great.
You can move now.
I gotta find my. Stop
can
looking for
finish your
other
move.
axe.
If you have any other bonus actions you would like to do.
I will just be picking that axe out of his body and start looking for the other one. That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Okay.
With
You
my
go
eyes.
over there.
With my eyes.
Boop, boop, you do your thing.
Can I see the raptor guy from where I'm standing?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, I'm going to shoot him.
You see, like, there's partial, but if you just move over, you can.
Yeah, can I just like shift so I can see him?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot him with my longbow.
Would you like to do something first?
Aw.
Well,
That was.
Yeah.
move Hunter's Mark. I'm assuming 10 doesn't hit. Okay, but does an 8 or a dirty 20?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so and I'm assuming he's at full HP. Okay.
No, he is
No, he's
not.
been hurt.
He is damaged, so add that D8.
Please, please.
Okay. 8, 11 points of damage.
Okay, so you shoot your arrow, right? When you hunter's mark him, he gets this, like, sits up and looks at you, and he has this fear in his eyes, and you let loose your arrow, and all of a sudden, this creature who's been doing all this damage just suddenly looks not as big as he was before, and you shoot him, and he goes flying off of his mount. The mount kind of goes up. His hand was attached to the
Rein.
The rein, and is now getting drug around as the mount is starting to freak out. And yeah, he's dead.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
He did all the dying.
There's a lot of bravado.
Are there any bad guys left?
There was an angry mount.
Angry Mount?
The
That is
raging
it.
monster thing.
I mean, a raging monster's really hard to kill. I'm trying to figure out if I should do it as a first level or a second level spell.
3
I'm going to use a Witch Bolt. I did 18 to hit.
hits.
And far out, all right. 20 points of damage. Just in case.
Just 20 points of damage. You do your thing, and it's just blasts in its face. It's all disoriented. It reels up, and just the musculature is underneath it. He starts freaking out. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Yeah, I want to use my sorcery points to just get an extra third level spell slot.
Okay, so you do that, melts his face, he's freaking out, he starts dragging this other guy off and away. He runs through the camp, and he grabs up one of the batiri and is chomping at it as he's running off. And that is the end of all that.
I guess that mount was a comfort eater.
When he's depressed, he feasts.
Eats his feelings.
Oh, poor
So,
sweetie.
yeah, River and Flask. River gets off of her her area and is kind of like, Flask kind of feels tough because he got in the brawl with you guys. But what are you doing now?
And I'm looking for my axe. Do I find it? The one that I threw and
Oh
it
yeah,
missed?
definitely.
I found it?
Yeah.
Great, excellent, thank you.
I'll
Dust
probably
off.
start looking for supplies around
Mm-hmm.
the camp.
Okay, so roll investigation.
Can I roll something else? Oh wait, no, I still have advantage.
Well,
Do I still have advantage on?
you just rolled, so I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Because I have it on intelligence and wisdom checks.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, 14, and then okay, we'll go with 17.
Okay, so yeah, you're looking around and you see, you know, you've got all the tents that have been patched up. There's blood all over them. There's tent poles, so you have that. You see what looks like some human pots and pans, like sitting out near the campfire area, and it kind of looks like this whole area isn't really there for a reason. Like for usefulness, it just is kind of put up.
Okay.
So you go walking off there. Does anyone go with her, follow her, do anything else? Anything with the bodies? Would you like to do anything?
I just-
Yeah. Go ahead.
I grab a whole ton of water out of the air and dump it over myself because I'm so perturbed that I got all scorched.
When
I'm like showering, I'm like bathing in my own condensation accumulation.
so as you turn on your faucet, it actually is kind of scalding. Like the air
It's
is
hot.
so hot in this area that it's pulling the water from the lake, and it's a little bit too hot.
So then I like wind a bunch of air through it to like cool it down and create like a weird air conditioning cooling
But
system.
and that's what you
'Cause
guys
I want a
see.
cold shower.
You see her a little frustrated and just like getting, it cools down a little bit, but not a lot, but enough that you can kind of do it, and then it's almost exhausting keeping that up just because it's a lot of work creating all those winds to get the right rainfall and the right this and that, so you're comfortable, and also when it stops, you're just sweating. Like it's just so humid and muggy there that it's gross.
I'm going to search the camp for any consumables, food, potions, bandages, anything useful like that.
Roll investigation.
17.
You don't see any in camp, but you're like, you know what? These little guys, I'm sure they have something.
Okay, I'll start investigating more.
So you look through their bodies, and
Pockets.
you see
underskirt.
there's like a little satchel that's fallen off of the guy that was over here, and you see just some little bit of food, different types of food from like basically scavenged items from this area, from other areas.
Excellent. I'll just tie that up and put it in my bag for later. I'll maybe get Shauna to look over it and see what's edible.
Okay.
So I'm going to grab my arrows that I used and walk over towards the bait camp.
The what?
The camp that is set up as bait to have
Okay.
people come over here. I'm going to walk up to the tent and see if it's actually functional, could be used.
Okay, roll survival.
I think our captain's a little
Or
paranoid.
do you have any like tent, or not a tent, like captain skills that might again
Well,
now,
Captaining
Captaining
skills.
like, you know, like, hey,
I
I'm
just
really
have-
good at
I just have the
sails together.
the sailor background to see if I can good with canvas for putting sails together, see if they're full pieces.
Survival.
Okay.
Yeah.
15.
So what you do notice about it is, like, you can take the tents. They look like it with a little bit of love. You can use them, but you do notice that pieces of it are yours.
Oh man.
But not all, just pieces, and weird shaped pieces too. Maybe shapes that represent a certain stomping that had happened.
Wow.
Certain footprint shaped tears.
It's a small world, Captain. It's a very small world.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
What happened to your windpipe?
So now you're
don't
here.
know.
What would you like to do?
Once we've gathered up the bodies, or gathered up the stuff from the bodies, I'm going to turn around and does anybody see any tracks?
I'll take a look.
I'll take a look.
As I look over towards River in class.
19.
There's tracks everywhere. There's tracks. There's no tracks over there. 19.
17.
The area that you're in, this area is so. There's too many things that have been run around lately that any tracks that might have been there are gone.
Okay.
Captain, can you use your spyglass to see which direction we should go? Or do we know which way? I don't know how to use this.
Look through it.
Oh, that's the wrong end. What do I see? Captain, tell me what I see.
What you see is a giant beacon that lights up to the south, to the northwest along the lake. And it's this, what color beacon do you want it to be?
You just said it was bright, so we could say it's blue.
I was thinking blue.
A bright blue beacon, and it's a big pillar of light. It's a giant arrow that says, it's over here.
Two things, Captain.
Yes.
There's some naked ladies bathing over there.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a signal. I think we should go that way. Big, bright blue light. Look through yourself. Touch my hand, touch my hand, touch my hand. Didn't touch it.
You see no ladies, and you also know that it would be ridiculous for anyone to bathe in this. They would scald and boil to death.
I'm hallucinating again. I must need more of that fruit.
You are a bit itchy. You haven't had any fruit. Actually, you had fruit this morning.
But that was this morning.
Yeah, it was this morning.
I see her scratching and put on my insect repellent.
Did you not already do that?
She already did. I watched it
I
earlier.
could have sworn you did.
Yeah, but I just had a bath.
Yeah. So you see the beacon, and it's further off
All right.
up the southern part of the thingamajiggy, and you know that if you continue up this area, there's is it a fjord? Is that where
Fjords
the
filled with
Fjord
water.
is like a big. Isn't it a fjord a big open flat area?
Fjord is a valley of water. Basically, it's high cliffs.
Oh, not
inlet.
that. Inlet. Inlet? I don't know what the frick I'm looking for.
Is it a river that goes away from
It's like,
the lake?
yeah.
That would be a river that goes away
Is
from
there
the
a
lake.
name for it? I feel like there should be a name for it.
An
Oh my gosh, it was
outlet.
right on the tip of my tongue. There is a word
There
for it.
is a word for it.
Oh,
Basically, there's the
It's the
river
part
that's
of the-
feeding out.
Yeah.
So
where the lake turns into
Somebody
a
put
river
it in
and leads off
chat.
to the
So
ocean.
Or tell me I'm full of crap. Either one.
The lake is the head of the river.
Don't all rivers
Oh
just,
my gosh.
all rivers come from things, lakes, bodies
Yeah.
of water.
Springs.
So then it's just
Not
a river.
Some are just springs.
So,
What if they're
Um,
babies?
you know this.
Some of that.
Like
Yeah,
a
like the
baby
mouth.
river.
It's the mouth.
No, the mouth.
The
is
mouth
at
of the
end
river?
of the river. The head of the river is where it starts. The
Oh,
mouth
we
is
were
at
really
the end.
close.
You were looking for the mouth or the delta, but no, that's the end.
Does the chat room
That's
know?
the other ray. Okay.
Does anyone know?
The beginning is the head.
The head of the lake starts
Head of the river
in the
starts
south and leads northeast. That is what you know.
Is that where we're headed?
That's where
Yes.
they explained to you the beacon is in that direction.
Okay.
We go around this mountain. The beacon is that way.
That's the
Mount,
way the river
whatchamacallit.
is.
We go southwest.
Flowing.
Yes. Then we head north.
That's the direction the river's going.
We have no boat. At least not here.
You definitely know that there are spots all over Chult that have people who man like riverboats.
We might be able to find someone with a riverboat along the way.
Oh, you mean people will have barges or ferry people down the river? Well, we can take a look if you think there's some along this. Does that sound good?
Absolutely.
I have this satchel of scavenged food we can give to them in trade for a boat.
I also have a whole ton of gold on me.
I believe me, they might need more.
I got like
but yes.
200 pieces.
They might be very hungry. You don't know who had the munchies.
This is true. I guess we follow the river.
Shall we?
Absolutely.
Sharna explains to you that at this pace, it'll probably take a few days to get to the head of the river.
This
The
is
mouth.
good because I
The
will
mouth
need.
head.
Are we going
sleep.
upstream? Or are we going downstream?
It's downstream north.
So if we're going downstream, it would be the mouth.
Towards the mouth. That's what she said.
I
No,
don't.
She said that.
God,
You said it.
It's just
letting you
starting.
go.
You
said it right.
The
Chat room
river
giving
is
us an
born.
answer to
It's
this
the
yet?
river is birthed
Rudy.
Yeah.
into the world.
Does
Yeah.
the chat
That is
room
where you're
know
gonna
what the river
start.
thing's called?
Right, we're starting there and we're going down river.
Up,
We're
down.
going upriver.
We're going north, down river.
Right, we're going north, down river towards the mouth.
Yes.
That hurts. We're going down north.
If you lived in the southern hemisphere, it would make perfect sense.
Yeah.
It all makes sense.
Yeah.
The whole thing makes sense.
Right.
So there
Yeah.
you are.
No, it doesn't.
You were as you
I was trying to get
contemplate
Rudy's attention.
the language of your peoples. And
It's a mouthful
the
head.
sun
What's
is
going
starting to go down a bit,
Okay.
and these dead bodies are kind of sinking into the sand. And
We start following the river.
Quickly away from the bodies.
so the lake is enormous, and it'll
we're
take
good.
days to get around the lake. So days to get around the lake to the point of the river.
So we're on the south part of the lake right now.
Let me draw it out
Magic
with
it
my
out.
hands. So this is the river. How do I show both of every? Okay. This is the river, and then the lake goes like this, and you're down here, and then you go up here, and then boop, you're at the mouth of the river right there. The
Right.
trees come down like this, and then that goes like that.
Right.
It goes like that.
So we'll be going south. We'll be going west from the south side of the lake, and go around and then go up.
Yes.
That's what we want to do.
Okay.
And we will look for these barge people on the way.
So they'll be near the river.
Yeah.
River and Flask, you're like, okay, where do we go? You should leave. Flask disappears into the jungle.
Bring
Look
back
at them. I'm gonna look at the tabaxi. All right, let's go this way.
Survival check.
You? What?
No, I said, is that a survival check?
It's very obvious to you. You know exactly
Okay.
where you're going. They're kind of doing something weird. Flask comes back and his pockets are full. And you see his little pants, little legs, just like.
Did you find anything good?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you find?
there?
He like reaches down. He kind of like opens the pocket. And there's berries and fruit. There's a
Nice.
couple of those fruits. that
I
Amina
would
likes
like
so
to take a couple of those fruits before our young friend gets her hand on
Oh,
them.
actually, I have
my
some scavenged
fruits.
food in here and some jerky. If you'd like to trade some jerky for one of those fruits.
It is my fruit.
Would you like this jerky, though?
I don't know, would I?
I stand between
I
them
don't
and
want
say,
the jerky.
perhaps tomorrow morning, River. This trade may be done, but for now she maybe has had enough for the day.
We can discuss
Who
it in the
are
morning.
you to tell me I've... fine.
I look at her calmly. Thank you, River.
They are actually looking at you, waiting to follow you. And they're being very quiet.
Why are they so into you all of a sudden? Did you scare them?
I have no idea, but let's go towards the beacon.
So you continue to, and as you walk around, you're trying to stay close to the tree line. You stay close to the tree line as far as you can. And then you see that it splits very dramatically. The tree line goes severely south, and the lake goes northwest. And you have to part ways with it, and it looks like that.
It's all like that.
It's all like that. Just flats, looks, there's like, the fun in you gets sucked out by like 10%. Everyone roll a d20.
Can I try
Is
something
this
after
straight
that?
D20?
Just plain d20.
14.
17.
14.
19.
Only 10%. Only 10% of fun is now sucked out of your existence as you start walking on this flats, and the heat from the lake is just
Can I
making
try
you
something?
sweat. Yes.
Before we leave the tree line, can I find some of those banana leaves again and pull us off all a big one each that we can hold off over our head for a little bit of shade?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, great. So I'm going
That's
to pull
not
big
hard.
leaves off. hand one to each of you. Just hold it over your head, a little bit of shade, just a little bit, and try not to sweat all of your fluids out.
Yes. You have Reef's hat. The rest of us have hats.
Oh, lovely. We all look very trendy then.
Yes.
Good. Glad we're fashionable.
Who has the water?
I have some water.
I'm going to pull some water out of the air and fill up any. Am I even carrying a flask anymore? I don't even know.
We've got water skins.
Okay.
I'm going to just pull, before we leave the tree line, I'll just pull some water out of the air and put it into the flasks.
Oh, we
You
did it yesterday.
are
Oh, you did it yesterday? Well, I'll just fill up.
you actually have this innate feeling that the water in the air isn't right, and
Okay.
it's whatever is creating this, whatever's in the water in the lake is not good for you, and everything in this area, it makes that. So
So I go to do it, and then I think better of it, and I stop.
it's like you can taste the moisture in the air, and you have this sense that tells you it's wrong and that it's bad for you.
So then just to screw with Amina, can I create a little cloud that follows us around and we don't need the leaves anymore?
roll a survival.
15 plus 0. 15.
You know that you have a feeling that if you go into the tree line, you can actually pull water there, and that is where you should grab the water.
Healthy water or cloud water?
Healthy water.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pull some healthy water out of the tree line and put it in the flasks.
So you guys top off your water,
Yeah.
and how much water do you have? Did we agree on how much?
We filled it up yesterday, right?
I think Amina has one flask.
No, we had. Were there any that scavenged from the bad guys that we just killed?
I
If
just got
not-
food, but no
No,
water.
they
not-
didn't have any water.
And they all looked creepy. I would not want to share a thing with them. They were lizard people.
Cooties.
Gross.
So you just have, I think you have a white water skin.
Yeah. Then we're at 3 water skins plus whatever. Whatever Sharna has.
Okay.
It looked like he was referencing his phone for information, but all that was on it was the time. Just so you know.
I find that.
So, okay. Is there anything else you would like to do while on the tree line before you embark on your journey across these salt and skeleton flats?
I'll
I still want to make.
forage one more time,
Okay.
and that's
What are you looking for?
anything edible, berries,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
It's a wily
Wow.
die.
Yeah.
Is this survival?
Yes. Oh yeah, you get
Goodness
advantage.
me.
Okay, there we go.
It rolls forever.
That's like a possessed
Funny.
item.
Guys.
22.
So you start looking for berries or fruits, and Flask grabs your hand and just looks at you and then pulls you to this little area, and there's just berries and fruit. Just like this one tree just looks absolutely gorgeous, and it is bearing the fruit for you.
Oh, then I'll just
So you fill up your pockets.
stock up there.
I got 15.
What are you doing?
Same thing.
Okay. They go off, and it looks odd, so you go off in another direction, and you find some banana-style fruits. Maybe a bushel, like a little
Bundle.
bundle.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Going once. Going
I mean, I
twice.
kind of just want to make that cloud to screw with Amina, but
Okay, so you make the
Yeah.
cloud.
Do I find any more of those energy?
I'm
berries
still
in there?
standing there with the leaf defiantly.
and I just turn and say,
Flask has
Amina.
2 of them.
"Calm down,
Magic is fleeting. You could run out
So,
at
you
any moment.
guys...
Are
You're
any
so
of
funny.
Amina. I do not
Hold
want
my
you.
banana leaf.
I do not want you holding your arm that you will wield your magic rapier with in the air for several days in a row, holding a palm leaf. All right, I shall cover us with a cloud. We will be fine. Put the leaf down.
Do you,
I'm going to roll it into my pack.
do you want to take
Wonderful.
a few minutes to bind any wounds you got in the last battle?
Can I not just take
You
a
know what,
healing
I'm bleeding
potion?
profusely from a few areas. Perhaps I should do that.
And you've been bleeding out for like an hour or two. So.
Yeah,
You mean-
it's just
I'm
constant.
scorched. Can
It's
I
like on
take
the
a
back of
healing
the heel,
potion?
you know, where it never stops
just use your
bleeding.
hit dice.
Yeah,
and it rubs off on the
exactly.
shoe.
Oh, yeah.
What are you
So,
doing?
So
Yeah, I'll bandage whatever I
you
can,
got
whatever wounds I have, because
6
I'm
hit dice.
So we're
minus a
healing.
lot right now.
You get 66.
66.
How much can I
I
heal
can do that
with
anytime.
bandages?
You get a pool
You're
of 66.
going to have
You use them
a
during
short rest.
Yeah.
Is this a short
Sounds
rest?
like a short rest is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
For healing? Okay.
And
Oh,
then
we're doing a short rest?
you can
Short rest.
you roll your d6s.
And you just keep rolling till you get all your points back.
To get
I
as
remember
much
us
as you
doing
want.
this recently.
It's
Oh.
I'm just gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
You might
Oh,
wanna use your
what?
second wind
You finally
for
rolled a
rest,
20?
but
No, well, not with a d6, but I got 19 with
So we
4
can do it more
d6s,
times
and I had
than
20
that.
hit
Rally cry
points.
before
So
Very
Rest.
nice.
I'm gonna stick
not
with
more
that.
times, but
I'm
you
happy with
you
it.
use your rally cry and you get
Yeah.
healed some,
Oh,
and then it comes back after the rest anyway.
You now have a player's handbook.
that's right. I'm gonna read the shit
do
out
your
of this
homework.
when I get back.
Great.
Look
I already opened it and I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
Nice.
It's great.
Yeah.
So you use all 6 dice or 4 dice?
I used 4 dice.
So you guys
I think I have the
start.
most damage, so I'm not worried.
You guys begin your journey across the salt flats. The air weighs you down a bit. Oh, this is way too perky.
Oh.
Down by the river, maybe?
So you
Do we
get
lose our
6 of
temporary
those.
hit points at this point?
They've been gone since the end of the fight. Yeah.
Oh, well then, yeah.
You guys continue down. The sun starts lowering, and the whiteness of the flats in front of you just bounce that moon glow, and it's actually bright this evening. You make it a ways down. It's nighttime. You can keep going. You can see perfectly well, or you can stop.
How many days are we away from the river?
You are about 3 days.
About 3 days.
Do you think we should travel at night?
We might as well. We all have full hit points. We just had a short rest. I think
Have
we're
you
fine.
It
How
will.
romantic the stars are, Captain.
It will mean you are
Maybe we
going to be
should just
tired. Yes.
look at the stars for a while.
Yes, I understand. It means we will be tired tomorrow.
I understand that, but I feel the further we can get, the better. And we are
All right.
riding mounts, are we not?
We have 2.
So we are sharing mounts?
Can I share with you, Captain?
You already are,
I
darling.
think you should ride with Calithe, and I'll take River and Flask in order to
probably
preserve
just
their strength, and
Yeah, you're pretty good
she
at
can
that.
fly since they weigh less.
The air, though, as you're flying, it's starting to ache. So, how long can you fly? For like,
In the
as long
book
as
it said
people can walk.
months. Days.
Really?
Months.
Yeah, it's her
You can
best
just
mode
ride
of
the wind.
transport.
Basically, it's like walking. They get to fly as
wow.
long as
Well, it just is a little more annoying now.
they want. But those rising heat air currents just float you up.
Just keep riding.
You just
Too
have to-
high, too high.
You just have to dip in a little bit.
So,
fun.
you guys are on the mounts. You have the 2 mounts. You have a River and Flask on yours. They'll travel a bit. They need to rest too. So, how would you like to travel for the next 3 days? Like by day, by night, part and part?
By night.
How
if
many
at all
hours a day would you like to
It's
travel?
cooler at night, right?
It seems to be.
Are there any pockets of shade on the track? On the
There's
path?
nothing.
Nothing?
We have a tent.
I mean, and we have a
I
giant
have a
cloud.
banana leaf.
We have a giant cloud. Well, it would be better if we...
Is that cloud sticking around in all this heat?
I think so.
It takes work, but you got it. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
can
got it.
pull stuff, but it takes work.
Well, in that case, it would probably be best if we rest.
In the heat.
Well, in the later after, like early evening, so that I can sleep with the cloud gone as well.
Well, you won't need it at night.
Yeah.
So you can definitely drop us at
Yeah.
night first. And you can look at the romantic stuff.
Yeah, if we can sleep in the heat, that's fine. If we
The sun
can
has been
sleep
down for
during the
about
sun.
2 hours now, as you guys just keep continuing and talking and figuring out whatever you're going to do.
Yep.
While
So-
we're riding, Amina is holding on to Calithe and she whispers into her ear, "Why doesn't the captain like me?"
He adores you, darling. He trusts you very much, but his priority is the mission. When a man is on a mission, you must let him... All you must do is support the man on the mission, and then you will have a happy man.
Can you hold me in the meantime?
You're already clinging quite tightly. In
Okay.
fact, I feel it might be beneficial if I could breathe more efficiently.
Oh, sorry. Okay, just hold on to the shoulders.
But it is nice.
Just one more, okay?
Yes. Okay. And
Okay.
and we're done.
I feel better.
Thank you.
you.
So that happened. And you guys are just going to keep going through the night, trying to figure out what you guys want to do.
Until
Yeah,
the
we're
mounts decide
traveling
they
through the
don't
night.
want to move anymore. They need to rest.
Okay. By about a couple more hours, and the mounts are just used to stopping, and they're getting tired, and they're getting a little restless. Your mounts are very obedient, though, so it takes them a little longer. But eventually, it's nighttime, they are sleepy, and they kind of stop.
We won't push them too hard, but we will push a little.
Okay. So you make camp?
Mhm.
All right. So, watches?
Standard watches.
I'll take first watch because the stars are so romantic.
I'm going to gather some of the fruit to make sure people have food. We need to make sure people are taken care of while she's trying to figure out how to lead. She has a lot on her mind right now.
You can give me all the fruit. I'll make sure it's properly distributed.
Again, we're trusting you, and I'm expecting you to be responsible.
Fine.
All right. I have to keep a little bit of the fruit, make a little bundle,
Make a little bundle and do your thing.
do a little note.
What do you write on that?
Mostly it's, I look forward to meeting you, or introduce yourself, or whatever that time when I put the bundle together. So
Okay.
mostly it's just entreating them to whoever's following us or whoever's been helping us from time to time to actually show up and speak to us.
Okay. So River and Flask want to do watch with you.
Oh.
No, they do watch together.
Well, we want her to teach us how to watch and not fall asleep.
Oh?
Yeah, Flask falls asleep every single time.
Captain, it would be good for them to bond.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
All right then, if you say so.
What is
And they're
going on?
Humans are weird. So Amina, and then, or what? How would you guys like to do this?
Me,
Me first.
then she's last.
Okay, so everybody, you make your tents. It keeps the moonlight off of you. It's hot inside, it's hot outside. You can't really get any, you can't get break from it. But as soon as you guys lay down, you're out. The ground just makes you feel so good, and all this traveling that you've been doing, you're just exhausted. Amina, do you stay awake this time?
We shall see, shan't we?
Yeah. What did I do? Perception.
Perception and
Survival. Did I do survival?
To stay awake.
Okay,
Whichever
we'll
one you
do
want.
both. We'll
Okay.
do both.
So 2 rolls or 1?
Yes.
Okay.
The first one is to stay awake,
That is an 18.
which you did.
Yeah.
Second one is, are you paying attention?
For what?
Or are you just drooling over your...
I'm doing a lot of drooling. That's a
You-
5.
She's staring at you. You can actually feel it a little bit while you're sleeping, but you're so tired that you just go.
Just creeping.
Your watch, there's nothing. Everything is still. The water is the only thing that's moving, and you're pretty far away from it because getting near it just burns so much. Nothing. You guys tap out, and Kyle, Captain,
Which first?
huh?
Survival or perception?
Survival.
I got a 19.
Perfect. Perception.
Perception, I got 14. No, sorry, 17.
I was gonna say that sounds
Yeah.
awfully low.
And my deception to pretend I'm sleeping.
Okay, so you're
23.
okay. So you're just sitting there, you're like kind of pretend to doze off. You got one eye open. And you put your little thing kind of away, but so that you can see it. And all of a sudden you hear these.
Can't hear that. Come over here.
Well, they can hear. I can hear.
Okay.
And this thing comes up out of this burrow, and it's like this really furry little rabbit with this like unicorn horn on its head. And it comes up, smells at it, hooks its little horn in where you tied it, and kind of throws it up and goes to turn, but looks you right in the eye, realizing that you're not actually asleep.
As I'm looking at it with the eyes open.
And he goes,
Hello.
and then he goes back down into the burrow.
All right. And then I take my watch.
And then you swap out, and now it is your turn with Flask and River, so survival and...
We're not in the jungle anymore, technically, are we?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I still got a 24 for
I
survival,
forgot my
and then
+3.
a
That's it for your hit points?
16 for
Is that
perception.
every D6?
Awesome. You're
Can I
doing
use
this
one
thing,
less
you kind
D6
of
if I
make
can?
yourself at home, and Flask is like
I
your
don't know,
mirror
maybe-
right now. He's doing everything that you're doing. River is passed out, rolled 1. Passed out immediately. She's like,
No, full hit dice.
her little eye patch kind of like
Just use those.
flopping around.
Wouldn't lose
But
the
Flask
chaos
is
for the
like
long rest
serious
anyway.
about this. He is learning how to be as good as you at staying up
You're thinking
and
about
at
full rest.
looking at things. Super excited. And he, like, any little movement you do over the 2 hours, that's what he does.
Oh, really?
This is not,
This is.
there's birds chirping.
So this
I'm
is
sure
where
I would have
uncomfortable, we
stopped
don't
him
get a full rest?
Unless you're
from doing
in the city or
exactly
someplace
everything I do, because I feel like that would have been
That's
really
not a long rest you
irritating.
get.
How would you do that?
safe. Anyway,
Hit points.
I think one.
You don't have to do everything I'm doing.
But I want to learn.
There it was.
But I want to learn. You're really good at things.
Well, I appreciate that, but it's a little distracting.
Oh. Okay, tell me how to not distract you.
Just watch.
Okay. Okay, I'm watching. Okay. He kind of scoots a little bit closer to you, but then that's it for the rest. He's just totally watching. Once in a while, he'll look up to see where you're watching, and if you're like your head's tilted because you're watching that way, he's like. and that is how that
I'll give
goes.
him a little pet before he goes to sleep at the end of our watch.
Oh,
Can I play your soundbook too?
thank you. Buddies.
He just drags River back into the tent. Calithe, it is your turn.
Hello, I got a 15 and a 20. Natural
Very
20.
nice. So you're there, you're playing with the air, you're trying to figure out a little bit like, oh, okay, so what can I do with this crappy air? Maybe I can do this. Oh, I don't know, that's kind of weird.
I have a weird urge to make a shape of a bunny rabbit with my fingers.
You have no idea why.
I don't know why. And then
Uh,
I make a little unicorn trailing across the sky and little-
yeah, you kind of like brush up some dust.
Yeah. tiny little light creatures.
Yeah.
Amina wakes up halfway through that, rolling over and goes, so romantic, and then goes back to sleep.
And then nothing happens during the rest. And everybody wakes up, but we're going to take a break right now.
Break
Before we
in.
continue.
Break
So,
in.
yeah, that was a very nice. That was a nice little thing. I think
Leave that on,
Flask
I'm
is
gonna-
really Flask is really excited about learning how to be a survivalist since you roll so good.
We're rested now, is that
He's so
correct?
cute.
That is right.
Lovely.
Yes.
You want to do raffle when we back from break?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Resting
we're
doesn't
gonna
give you
go
all your hit
out
points
camping
back.
raffle,
How much is it?
And they
There was only 10 more I needed.
Okay, guys.
Oh, my bad.
We are going to
You
go
do.
to break.
At the end of the long
and
rest, we get all of our
hold on, guys. I'm just going to tell them something because otherwise all the mics pick up.
Yep.
So, exclamation mark raffle. Put that in the chat room right now, and that'll enter you into the raffle that we'll do at the end of the break, which is going to be like 5 minutes from now. I think that's enough time. So, Idol Champions, what are we raffling?
The Idol Champion chest.
Idol Champion chests are
Epic
what you're raffling
chest.
off. And yeah, so exclamation mark raffle, and you'll be entered. We'll be back in about 5 minutes, and we will send that stuff off.
Yay.
Yay!